go trim lakefront, they said. It'll be fun, they said. String trimmers don't work that way. Even hedge trimmers don't work that way, but the RV does. People use them on golf courses. People use them underwater. It is so easy, it just slides and glides. Something that every other string trimmer cannot do, and that is underwater trimming. Guys, I know I'm a part of a YouTube channel that talks a lot about landscaping and having pretty landscaping, but you know, it's easier said than done. I have an issue where my flower beds are always overgrown with weeds and I can't help it. When it comes to doing it, a string trimmer is a solution. It's just a challenging solution because when I hit one of these little Mexican heathers with this string trimmer, it's game over. That Mexican heather is no longer alive. It is a goner. And not only that, it kind of wounds my plants. If I hit something and make a mistake, that plant takes months to recover. It doesn't just pop back up like you would want it to. But I want to get it all trimmed down and all the weeds cut down before I mulch again to make it harder for them to come back. And so I'm going to not string trim because I'm just not skilled enough. To be honest, guys, if I try to get up in here and maneuver around all these little lilies and things, I'm gonna just destroy it all. My wife's gonna come home and be very mad.
Why do you do these stupid things?
So I picked up from our used wall, this puppy right here. This is the RG attachment. This thing is something else, y'all. If you haven't seen one of these, it's dangerous. It'll cut your fingers off in a heartbeat.
Shit! I'm gonna get me a chunk of flesh.
Yeah!
This thing works like a hedge trimmer. These blades go back and forth like this. They don't spin in a circle. So there's no like grabbing something and yanking. It's just gonna slice like scissors. But it's very maneuverable, and if you can get it around your bush, it'll only cut what you put in its teeth. It's not gonna grab hold of something and bring a bunch of stuff in. It's very safe, it's very controllable. We're gonna try it out here on this little flower bed behind me, see if I can kind of clean it up a little bit. After this, we're gonna go try it at the garden, and then at the lake, where it's really gonna shine. To put this on here, they don't make a dedicated unit of this, they only make it in the attachment, but you basically just have to loosen this screw, slide this off, slide this on, and you're in business. Or if you have a KM unit, you would use their coupler system. I don't know why people don't use these more commercially. They are expensive. This little attachment's around $3.99, but it does have so many useful uses. People use them underwater for trimming in lakes. Like you can trim cattails and cattle grass and all kinds of stuff. People use them on golf courses for like maintaining bunkers and things. You can use it almost like an edger. It can, whoa, it's heavy. It can cut in the grass really well. And then it just slides on here. You got your square, it goes in here, square. There it goes. There it is. That's it. I haven't used this on an electric head yet either. Excited. Man, every time we do one of these videos, I've been grabbing the new KMA 135s, guys, the electric trimmers. They've been so quiet. It's nice for video. It's super duper powerful. So I'm excited to try it on this. We do sell these on our website, guys. We can officially sell all of STIHL's battery line, battery accessories, even accessories like this on our website, and there's gonna be links in this description for this product. But let's get to work. Let's get to business, y'all. I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way, move my handy dandy favorite chair out of the way, and get to work. Ready? Let's do this. Oh man, it is so easy. It just slides and glides. I'm gonna come back after and rake it all. Around my sprinkler, no fear. Wow, it's even nice against this foundation here. So smooth, incredible. Oh, this thing's a landscaper's dream, dude. One of the most challenging parts of this, my house, my landscaping, is that there used to be a large oak tree right here. And so it has all these oak tree sprouts. And try as we may, I have not been able to overcome them. I just haven't been persistent enough in pulling them out and that sort of thing. Guys, I had to throw the strap on. My back was starting to hurt. I have 3 herniated discs right now. Has been affecting me. This one needs a little more trimming. This thing's gotten a little bigger than I expected. It's kind of grown over my agave here. We're gonna try to clean this up a little bit. We have some dinner guests coming tonight and I don't wanna make a mess, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Hedge trimmer, string trimmer, mower. What does this thing not do? It took down some heavy stuff. This is always a difficult area because there's some grass growing on some steps here. I'm gonna see if I can trim next to this little rock line here and see how that turns out. What I love about it is it's so forgiving. I'm even bouncing off these jagged rocks. And it's not grabbing it, it's not having any issues. You know, obviously it's not as fast as a string trimmer. String trimmer, you can take the guard off, make the line as long as you want. It's almost like a 21-inch mower at that point. But this has a limited width, but it has so much finesse, so much accuracy. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but you know, maybe there's used ones out there or something like that. I just didn't realize how versatile this tool was. I mean, it is so maneuverable, so technical. I love it. We're gonna take it out to my garden now, where I have a lot of overgrown big stuff. Plants are still happy, but there's a lot of grass. Let's go look at it. Guys, embarrassingly, this is my garden. I've let it go to waste. We do kind of like a non-till garden, and we put in a lot of hay this year. And before putting in hay, we normally put down a bunch of cardboard and kill off all the grass underneath. But this year I said, I'll just cut it real low and we'll throw hay down, it'll be all right. But sure enough, grass always wins. This is that deadly plant right here, y'all. What's the name of this? Put it in the comments. My dad called it devil thorn, I think. It's appropriately named. I don't feel bad trimming a lot of this. We're gonna try to save what plants I can. You know, they say a weed is any plant, anywhere you don't want it, but we're gonna try to do as much as we can. Just tomatoes, beautiful. You gotta try one of these. They're so sweet. Hello. Okay guys, we're now at the lake. This is where this thing really stands out and shines as something that every other string trimmer cannot do, and that is underwater trimming. I'm out here, we're gonna trim this lakefront property. This is a friend of mine, and we're gonna see how well this does underwater. This entire part is waterproof up to here. Obviously this is electric, I don't wanna put this underwater, but we can go basically this deep, almost waist deep underwater with this machine. So we're gonna try it out here. I'm gonna cut a little path through the thick stuff, and then we'll make our way out into the water and cut these weeds right at the sand level. Obviously, we're not eliminating these weeds forever. We're trimming them, but they will take a while to grow back. You can enjoy the beach for the summer. If you trim them often enough and quick enough, you can kill them because they won't be absorbing that sunlight and the ribosome will die under the ground. But guys, let's get started. Come on, let's go see how it does underwater. Guys, I was trying to swing this thing, and as you can see, it's a huge mass. You can't swing it very far, even if it's cutting. It's hitting your bar, it's hitting the head. But what I realized is if you just push it like this, it slides. The bottom of this is pretty smooth, and I don't have to swing through anything. And I can push it just like a vacuum cleaner, and it'll slide underneath all this, and then I can just rip it up. So, and look how much stuff I just trimmed in very few seconds. Wow, that's unique to this head. String trimmers don't work that way. Even hedge trimmers don't work that way, but the RB does. Let's keep going. We're underwater now. What's nice about the electric head is you're not gonna alert all your neighbors that you're trimming your weeds out in your lake. So much easier on me. It's quiet. I mean, I have a microphone on my chest. You can barely hear the engine running. Guys, just so you all know, these are invasive weeds. We're allowed to remove them. There are some weeds in here we gotta keep, but these are all bad. These actually came out of Australia. They were brought to the Americas to feed cattle, and then they completely lost control. One of these, just one of these, if it floats down the lake, it'll nestle in some mud and it'll grow a whole other plant. So it's super hard to get rid of this plant. Something pretty cool I didn't realize, STIHL has a very small guard. What's nice about it is when I'm doing my backstroke, it still allows the blades to engage. It doesn't get in the way very much at all. Acts as a nice little hook as I'm pulling this stuff in. This thing's really well thought out. Man, what a day. Guys, this day wouldn't have been possible without this RG head. These blades are incredibly special. They do so many things that other products just can't do. A long hedge trimmer would not work the same way in this. It would be getting jammed up. It'd be so hard to move back and forth. You know, working around my garden, my flower beds, and all my different plants, it was so specialized and delicate and technical. Where it kind of didn't do well is in the very, very, very beginning heavy stuff. I was trying to swing it side to side, and that's just really not what this is made for. It doesn't do that well. It gets hung up on the bar and on the guard. But with the pushing motion, the vacuuming motion, I would love to go back to my garden and even try that there. Does this replace a string trimmer? No, a string trimmer does a great job of covering large areas quickly. This is a specialty unit. This thing's gonna make you money. This is something you put on your manager's truck to go and finalize and finish up all your customers' flower beds, make them look really pretty. This is something you can use around foundations and things that you don't want to whip hard, big trees, delicate areas. And this is something you can put on your truck and start bidding aquatic jobs. These jobs pay way more per hour. Guys, get yourself one of these. They're incredible. They're on our website. You can put it on your existing gear head or motor. You don't have to put it on a special engine for this. You can run it off of all of Stihl's heads. It uses the least amount of power. It's like a hedge trimmer. I've run this thing now for over 2 hours almost on one battery, and still has juice, still going. You know, with a string trimmer head, they last around 30 minutes with one battery, but because it's a hedge trimmer, it requires much less power. Just a really cool unit. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you. Check in. We have a ton of videos going over all types of string trimmer type heads. We're testing all the aftermarket types. We have a video going over all of Stihl blades, and that would be interesting to put in the water and see how those work. I don't know. But I know this works well, and I felt safe using it, and it did a great job. Guys, we appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends. See ya. Whew.